Well, boys, Giant Software has officially released Farming Simulator 25. With that being said, we are going to be jumping right into today's video and we are going to be playing the game for the first time and getting my first impressions on the game. I have not played this game yet before, so our maps are looks like these Riverbend Springs. Let's see, new farmer. I usually go for farm manager. I have a little bit more money. So let's go this and let's hit continue and let's load into the game here. Okay, well the game is done loading in, so let's go ahead and jump right into the game. So when we jump into the game, it's going to show you your characters and all of this right here, which I really don't need to go through because it's all pretty similar to FS22. So go ahead and hit escape, and here is what you're going to spawn into. So this is what you're going to see when you first load into the game, and this looks like one of the characters that you're going to see when you first walk in. Who is this guy? Start conversation.
If this isn't a successful farmer standing in front of me, you can call me a goat and feed me some oat.
Okay, well that's interesting. But anyways, we're going to skip right through that. I need to go. Um, I will say these graphics, they look a little bit better, a little bit more detailed. It's not a whole lot different than FS22, but you can definitely see there are some notable changes between the two games, and I think that the graphics are a little bit better than FS22 for sure. Now let's start going into the shop a little bit and your controls. So for map, it's still going to be the same control. Here's what you're going to see. So if we go to escape, this is what we are going to see when you hit escape. So this is going to be your map. This is Riverbend Springs once again. So here is where we are right here. We are right by fields 2, 3, 4, and here is 1. So let's go back, and everything is again the same, pretty similar to FS22, except it's a little bit more organized, I think. Here's game settings, here's general settings, so I think it's a little bit more organized than FS22. Maybe taking some time to get it to or taking some time to figure out what it is. But let's go into the shop. We're going to hit the same control as we do in FS22. Definitely a little, ooh, I like this. A little bit more organized than FS22. So they did a lot of organizing. Let's go to cars and bikes. This is where I have my truck. So here's one of them. Here's another one. These you can find link in description on my Patreon, which I will be converting these to FS25 when I can. Let's go ahead and make sure that these work. I'm not sure that they're going to work. Um, yeah, okay, so this one doesn't work. I know that there is going to be some texture issues when you load into the game. So that's to be expected. Here's another one. Definitely interesting. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy this one from International. We're just going to drive it around a little bit and look at the map. Where can we find it? Just hit tab. Okay, definitely some interesting startup sounds. Okay. A little laggy, but we just loaded into the game, so not too horrible. Let's see. Let's look at the map a little bit more. Let's see. We can find a main road to drive on. Looks like there's going to be one right over here. Okay, so it's a little bit laggy on my end, and I have a decent PC, so it might take a second for you to load into the first couple of games. I'm not really sure on that, but okay, driving, it seems a little bit more realistic almost. Like it seems, like you're driving down a road. Oh, okay. AI is still interesting, but I think they have improved on that. Okay, so I think there's a lot more realism in this game as well. But here's kind of what you're gonna see. There's not really much more to it than this here, so I think we're gonna go into the shop and look at some more vehicles that you can buy in the game. So in the shop here, we have our small, medium, large tractors, semis, cars, blah, blah, blah. I will say that they actually did add a car this year. There's an actual car. Let's see what my 5th gen Dodge looks like. Is it messed up? It's still, it has a bed at least. It's definitely messed up, but it still has a bed. And I will say it's kind of cool that you can move it around a little bit more and a little bit easier. I'm not too sure on the options here that are on the side. I don't like it as much, but not horrible. But let's go ahead and so here's what you're gonna see here. Let's go ahead and go through small tractors. So there's a couple. This one I think was in FS22 if I'm right. A lot of these I think are gonna be in FS22. Where's the 6R? I know there's got to be a 6R in small tractors. Maybe there's not. Is it in medium tractors? It's got to be in medium. Yeah, there's a 6R. Yeah, so a lot of similar tractors. There's a Challenger. I don't know if that one was base game last year, but here's all your base game stuff. Here's your 8Rs, 8RXs. We're going to go ahead and look at the 8RX here. Definitely pretty cool. Let's go ahead, 340. Definitely a little bit different, that's for sure. Take some time to get used to, but you know, that's comes with a new game, but pretty cool through here. Let's see if we can find combines because there is one combine I am pretty interested in, and that is the Case AF11, if I think I'm right. Case AF11 is the one that I'm interested in. I have not seen that one. Here it is. Here's harvesters. I have not seen that one, and I'm kind of interested. Here's the axial. I don't know how to say that. Flow, whatever. Here it is, the AF11. I've seen this one a couple times in real life, and I haven't seen it in game. Holy crap, this is massive, and it's nice too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to see this one. 775 horsepower up here. Holy crap. We're gonna go ahead and buy it. I want to see what this is kind of about, because this is one that I've wanted to see. Let's go ahead and jump out. And in game, I see it. It's when you walk, it's kind of weird. It almost is like it's like it takes a second to speed up, if you know what I mean. If you've played the game, once you play the game, you'll know what I mean. If you have already. But, okay, this combat, holy crap, this thing is detailed. My goodness. So there's definitely a lot more details in this game, I guess I should have mentioned earlier. This game is a lot more detailed. Not only the tractors, but I mean, like, the grass is more detailed. Like, if you look here, the grass is more detailed. I know that there's a lot of weather effects. I've seen tornadoes in FS25. I think they've added quite a bit of detail to this game. Look at the, what do you want to call this? Why am I drawing a blank? Look at whatever this is called. I'm drawing a blank. I know what it is. I'm just drawing a blank. But look at the size of this auger here, whatever you want to call it. I am drawing a blank right now, so I'm just gonna call it an auger. Don't bash me too much, but holy crap, this thing is massive. But back in the shop, besides all of the equipment like tractors and stuff like that, I also want to go ahead and look at the other things that are in this shop here. Pretty cool stuff through here, but let's go ahead and see packs. What are packs? Okay, so this is what you're going to start if you want to do cows. You're going to start with that. Let's see, where is corn? Is there corn in here? It doesn't look like it, or I'm just completely ignoring it. We're going to go with grain. So let's gonna say you're gonna do, I don't know. This is what you're gonna buy if you're, wanting to start a farm. If this is what you want, you just buy this pack here, I guess you could do. Used vehicle sale, that was from FS22. This one's kind of nice if I want to start a farm. Mods and DLCs, these are my mods here. But wardrobe, construction, farmlands. Okay, so this is pretty similar to FS22. I actually exited out of it. It's pretty similar to FS22, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go to construction and see what's different in here. Okay, so I'm just noticing really a lot of the options or configurations were just moved to the left side of the screen, which honestly I really liked them on the right side of the screen, not only where I sit in my in real life gaming setup, I liked them to the right, but I'm used to it, so I guess I'll just have to get used to it on the left. So I don't know. It's kind of weird that they just like switched sides. I don't know why they did that, but they did it for a reason. So I know that contracts were a big thing last year as well, or in FS22. So you still have your contracts here, of course. I do want to see what kind of crop types we have here. I know there's a lot of new crops here, and holy crap, I think there's a lot more. Okay, so this is a couple of other things. So for crop types, we have wheat, barley, corn, oat, sunflowers, soybeans, potatoes, rice, long grain rice. Okay, I know rice farming is a big new thing for FS25. That they made a pretty big deal about that. Sugar beet, sugarcane, cotton, sorghum, grapes, olives, poplar, red beet, carrots. Okay, so they've added a lot of new things, a lot of new crop types, I guess. I didn't pay much attention to the crop types last year because on this channel I do a lot of truck builds, not as much farming, which I do want to change up a little bit and get into more farming series here because I think that, it's a farming simulator game. Why not do some farming in the game? But there is a couple more things that I do want to check out here, so we're going to swap back to the truck here. There's a couple more things that I want to show you guys before I end the video, and it's one that was made a pretty big deal aside from crop types. Okay, so we came across one of the things that I wanted to show you guys, one of which being water. Okay, yeah, this does 100% look way more realistic. There's water spawning out of the wall here, but I mean, compared to FS22, this is way, way more realistic. And I actually spotted or found another thing that I think is way more realistic that you wouldn't think, but it's actually the truck. So we're gonna go ahead, hop in her, start her up. I want you guys to hear the sounds when I rev up. Now, the old sounds in FS22 were not the best, but when you rev up this truck, hear when it shifts. Now, what I'm saying here is it actually shifts. So, like in FS22, there wasn't really a shift. It was just an engine noise. There was no shifting. There was no, bogging down of the engine. It was just the sounds, just sounds. Now, I have noticed that this truck actually sounds like it's shifting, like shifting through the gears, whether it's an automatic or manual. I think that's actually pretty cool. But the next thing that I wanted to show you guys is right here. And that is going to be ground deformation. This one has been made a big, big deal in the advertisements and all that. And this is my first impression of seeing ground deformation and all this stuff. I have not actually played this game yet. I just hopped on my PC, started making this video for you guys, and I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's a lot better than FS22. It's a lot more realistic. We got ground deformation, water, AI. I know is a big one. There's a lot of unrealism, if you want to call it, with AI. And I think they've improved that quite a bit, but I don't want to make this video about just my opinions. But other than that, I think that this game, I think it's a lot better. But yeah, ground deformation, definitely if you turn, it makes a little bit thicker of tracks, I think. But yeah, ground deformation, that's a big one, and I think that has definitely been pretty pretty much improved, I guess, if you want to say. But I think, honestly, there's a lot of improvement in vehicles, and there's something there that's just been improved so much that I just don't know what it is. But there's definitely been something that has been improved, and apparently it's not AI slamming his brakes. Anyways, I think there's just a lot of improvement in vehicles as well. It just feels more realistic. If you know what I mean, you probably don't. But just driving this truck, like right now, I haven't driven a truck in FS25 yet. This is my first time. I think that it's a lot more realistic for whatever reason. I just don't know why, but it feels more realistic. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out, I was just going through the shop a little bit more, and I just also wanted to point out, look how much more realistic this is. You have all the valves. Now, this is just a Abbey, whatever you want to call it, water trailer. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but look at just the valves on this thing. It just looks way more realistic, and I'm pretty sure this was the same trailer in FS22, and maybe I'm just looking at it closer, and maybe they haven't changed anything on this trailer, but it just looks way more realistic in my opinion. The motor looks about the same, but it just looks way more realistic in my opinion, and maybe it's the graphics bringing out the details a little bit more. But in my opinion, there's a lot more detail in this game, and like I said, maybe I just haven't looked at it because, like I said, most of my videos are about trucks and not farming, but I haven't really taken a close look at these combines and stuff like that. And like I said, I keep saying like I said, but like I said, you know, maybe it's just the graphics bringing out the details a little bit more, or I just haven't looked at it very close. But this equipment it looks way more detailed. Well, that is going to end it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me reviewing and, looking at the game and the first impressions that I have of Farming Simulator 25. I am so excited to finally have this game and finally be able to play it and test it and look at it. I think it's an amazing game, and I think you guys should definitely consider purchasing the game. If you are interested in purchasing the game and you have not purchased it yet, make sure that you guys use my code when you buy the game, Maplewood, or it's in the description, or yeah, the description, my link. When you buy the game, use code Maplewood when you buy it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I cannot wait to pump out more FS25 content for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Love you. Bye.